I'll have a tough time with this today. Need some pressure holes. I need some pressure holes, or this isn't going to be a fun time. Oh, screw that. This one looks like it's from yesterday, or maybe even, not this morning. It's from yesterday though. There we go. Let's go. We got a hole that we can try to fish, and it's right on this point. Watch this being like 2 feet of water. Wouldn't be too surprised if it was right on this point. Let's see. This is a quick way to find out how deep it is. Well, this is quicker. Not deep at all. Dang it. There's a hole there. I bet I need it to be like 4 feet deeper. Let's go cut that hole out. That's gonna be my hole.
What do you mean by that?
Guarantee it. That's gonna be good stuff. All right, let's see how deep this one is. Please be like 8 foot, 10 foot. That's what we want. Like 6 or 7. It's not awful. Well, let's shoot. There's a bunch of dead shad on the ice here. What's going on, everybody? Today we are doing something that I've never done before, and I've definitely not done on my channel, which is do a little bit of ice camping. We're gonna be fishing, camping on the ice, making good food, hopefully catching some fish. As you can see, I don't have an ice auger, which is very much a problem when you're trying to go ice fishing. So I'm out here limited to poaching recent holes, which isn't too big of a deal, but it's definitely a hindrance, that's for sure. I can only fish in certain spots, but this spot might be okay. I'm gonna do a little more scouting, see if I can find anything else. Honestly, I might drop down a minnow while I look in that hole just to see what happens. But I see a spot over there where a lot of people were fishing, so I'm gonna go check that out first. I really like this point, so we'll see. See if we can catch some fish. All right, I've got a hole cut here. Finally, it's taken me about 10 minutes to cut it. Oh man. And it's probably in about 15 foot of water, which is kind of around that target zone I want to go for. So I am going to warm my hands up because they're frozen and drop a minnow down, I think, on my rattle reel while I try to cut a second hole for jigging. So let's do that. Actually, I could drop the old Aquaview down and see if there's anything down there. Might try that first, just for the heck of it. It's really bright out, but maybe it'll work. Should be getting close. Or not. Oh, there's something. Ooh, I'm right on top of a bush. Ooh, this is gonna be a good spot. I'm right on top of a tree. That's a good thing. That's a nice spot. Oh, there's fish right there. Yep, there's fish. We got fish. First hole cut. Let's see how deep this thing is. Pretty freaking deep. That's pretty deep. Nine yards, so over 20 foot deep. 27 foot deep maybe. It's probably in about 15 foot of water. Shoot. That's a little deeper than I want to be, but I did see a bluegill down there, so I'm sure there's fish. Let's get a minnow drop down and see. All right, what I've got here is a little homemade rattle reel. I've got a little minnow on there, and I'm gonna drop this down. Drop it down until it doesn't go anymore. Okay, there we go. And now what I'm gonna do is put this arrow through there and stick it through the hole. And now, if I get a bite, it's gonna turn and let me know. Little homemade rattle reel. So, I'm gonna leave that little minnow down there while I see if I can chop out one of these holes right here so that I can have a hole for jigging and a hole for my minnow. So, let's do that.
1 hour later.
Well, as you can see, I ain't caught nothing. It's been probably an hour since I got out here, but cavalry's on the way. Buddy Cole, who has a auger and has the cheat code to ice fishing, otherwise known as live scope, is on his way out here. So hopefully we'll be able to find some fish with that, and hopefully they will bite. But for now, I've tried a couple different holes.
What do you mean by that?
And haven't seen anything but that one bluegill, and definitely haven't had any bites. So that's your update. We'll let you know when Cole gets here, because I need him right now. My savior is here. I don't know how much filming I'll do with him here, but he's here. He's gonna save my butt. It's a little bit easier than cutting it with a hatchet.
Yeah, I bet. I think those are all fish at the bottom. They're all cruising around.
Oh yeah, those are all
All right.
if that's
There's a
something you're
bunch
interested
down
in for tonight.
Yeah, I gotta leave probably by 6. I'm supposed to
Okay.
go watch the Illini game.
Tasty. That's what we're looking for. This one's been caught before too. This one's going back though, too small. That's what we're looking for. A tiny little jig. Is it going? We just had something hit this. Put on like a 6-inch crappie.
Mm-hmm.
caught the tree.
Did you?
I bet. Whatever it is took me to the tree. No way.
Is he still on it?
Crappie is, I think.
It might have been him just getting a little feisty, I guess.
It might have been. Well, this hook is all messed up. Well, yeah. I guess he just got a little feisty. Not a huge tangle. That was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so surprising that he didn't do that before.
I would have thought he would have done it right off the bat.
Like that was the first time he made any movement. Maybe something was chasing him.
Maybe.
Could have been. So you would think if a muskie ate it, it would just be running. That's disappointing. Come on. They're right there. They're being so finicky. It just ran away from it. What the heck was that?
Came up, swiped at it, and ran.
Oh, that was my jig. Oh, look at the crappie. It's chasing my jig. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird how they can just disappear off the live scope. It's just the way they churn.
Yeah. We got the whole suite of electronics out right now. Show you. We got underwater camera and the live scope. And you can see what we see while we're fishing. I can't believe none of those fish bit us.
I had two bit.
Well, they barely swiped at you.
Yeah. There's one right on you.
Yeah, I see it on the camera. Can see it on me.
Yeah. I can't believe they're not.
Just eat the dang thing. That's too small of a crappie though. That's like a 5-incher.
They still shouldn't have any issue putting that thing down.
No, it shouldn't. They're just not hungry. Didn't care and left.
At least there's no wind.
Oh god, yeah. If it was windy, we'd be dead. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the car. Cole and I fished till dark, and the fishing was just not good. Like, bite never turned on. We caught 3 10-ish inch crappies between the two of us, and we could see on that live scope they were just coming up to your jig. They'd look at it and then they'd just dart away like they were scared of it. Tried dead sticking, tried jigging, tried different lures, tried different colors. They didn't want it. So rather than suffer out on the ice all night, I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna go home, make some dinner, and tomorrow we're gonna be cooking up some crappie patties with these 3 crappie we got. I'm gonna make some patties out of them, make some sourdough buns, and I'm gonna show you the whole process. So stay tuned, and we'll see you at home. All right, it's the next day after I tapped out last night on the camping trip, but today we're gonna be making, I don't know if I wanna call them Krabby Patties from like SpongeBob or crappie patties, but either way, it is basically just like a hamburger with crappie meat. So what we have here is our crappie fillets soaking in milk from yesterday. We have finely diced onions and red bell peppers, mayonnaise, breadcrumbs, an egg, butter, and most importantly, we have our buns, which are going to be homemade sourdough hamburger buns. So before I get to making the crappie, I need to get the buns shaped and start to let them rise. So let's do that. All right, we've got these shaped. Now these are gonna get covered in a damp towel and left in the oven for probably 2 to 3 hours. Just with the light on, no heat. So let's do that. Now we can move our attention to the crappie. So first things first, we're gonna need to cook them in a pan with just some butter. So let's do that. All right, first things first, we're gonna pat these dry though, because we don't want them to be wet. This was from 3 crappie that we caught yesterday. And as I said earlier in the video, they were not biting very well whatsoever. So I didn't stay the night. All right, let's pat these dry. And I'm gonna give them just a little bit of salt and pepper, just so they're not too bland. Most of the flavor is gonna come in later in the recipe, so I'm not too concerned about under seasoning or really much seasoning at all at this point. The pan should be pretty hot. And we're gonna lay these right in the butter. Sure, good enough. We're just gonna sear them for a minute or so on each side, just enough to get them cooked. Once they're cooked, I'll see you back over there where we're gonna mix them with the other stuff, make them into some patties. So, just gonna cook these and I'll see you back over there. All right, our crappie is cooked. It looks not very appetizing, but that's all right, because it's not gonna look like that for very long. And it's nice mushy fish, pretty much. We're just gonna dump all that in the bowl, set that aside. Now we're gonna throw in our finely diced peppers and onions. I'm gonna toss in an egg, help everything stick. And I'm gonna put in, I'll eyeball this. I might end up adding more later. Some mayonnaise and our good old breadcrumbs. Probably gonna need quite a bit of this. Gonna mix this up and see what the consistency is and see if we need to change anything, add anything, remove it. Can't really remove anything, can we? But I can already tell we're gonna need more breadcrumbs. Hopefully we have enough. Obviously, since we're making burgers, you kind of want it to have the consistency of raw ground beef. Almost there. And I'm gonna add a little more of this too. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this chill in the fridge for a little while, let it harden up just a little bit, and then we'll shape it into patties. So I'm gonna cut the camera until it's nice and cool, and then we'll continue. All right, these have had the chance to cool for a little bit. So what I got here is parchment paper. And I'm just gonna make some patties. This is the part where your hands get a little dirty. I don't know how many we'll make. These are gonna be messy, I already know it. Could make these into like smash burgers too. That might be a little easier, but we'll see. Bless you. Good enough. Cover these with a little cling wrap so they don't dry out any. Try to cover those and pop them in the fridge. Now, I will catch you in a couple hours after our buns have risen. Pop them in the oven to cook. And we will get our crappie patties cooking. So, I'll see you then. They're looking good. Probably ready to bake. Let's get the oven started. I don't remember the recipe. I think I'm gonna do 425. Let's make an egg wash. Oven's hot. Throw 'em in. Oh, steamed right up. Those are looking nice. All right, now that we got the buns done, let's cook up some Krabby Patties. So, just gonna put a little butter in the pan on medium or so, maybe medium low. I don't want to cook these super fast, but I do want to get a little bit of a sear on them. So, well, already fell apart, so that's good. It burned up quite a bit, so. Just gonna get a good sear on them. Cook all 4 of them real quick. Probably like 3 minutes aside, maybe 4. But yeah, I'll show you the final product once we're done. Should be good. All right. Patty's a little bigger than the bun. That's no big deal. We're gonna give it a little mayonnaise. That's a little more than a little. I'm gonna let it cool. Take a bite. All right, let's try our crappie patty, whatever you want to call it. Smells great, looks great. Kind of looks a little bland. We'll see. I give it a 7 out of 10. Solid 7. That's a solid 7 all day. Pretty good. Something to do besides just plain frying fish, because that gets boring after a while. So I should mention I got this idea from Mindak Outdoors. I think it was Sam that made it in one of their older videos. But I thought I'd try it. It's pretty good. Something to do with fish besides frying it. And I think it turned out pretty good. So, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions for any other recipes to do with fish. But, yeah. See you in the next one.